What is the right historical order for playing the GTA games? We've talked about the best order for experiencing them before, but if you want to play them based on when they actually take place, here's the complete timeline. So first, in the 1960s, we have GTA London 1961 set in London. Then 8 years later, we have GTA London 1969, also set in London. Then about 15 years later, we jump to Vice City Stories, which is set in 1984, following Victor Vance before the events of Vice City. Then 2 years later, we have the legendary GTA Vice City set in 1986, also in Vice City. And about 6 years later, set in 1992, we have GTA San Andreas, which follows Carl Johnson across Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas. 5 years later, we have the original Grand Theft Auto set in 1997, and a year later, in 1998, we have Liberty City Stories showing the rise of Tony Cipriani before GTA 3. Then we have Grand Theft Auto 2, which in the in-game radio says it's set in 1999, although officially it's said to be set around 2013. A year later, in 2000, we have GTA Advanced set in Liberty City, which serves as a prequel to GTA 3. Then in 2001, we finally have Grand Theft Auto 3 itself, introducing Claude and the HD era's predecessor, Liberty City. 3 years later, in 2004, we have the prologue of Grand Theft Auto 5, showing Michael's failed robbery in North Yankton. Then about 4 years later, in 2008, Grand Theft Auto 4 takes place in Liberty City. At the same time, The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony happen alongside it, with all three stories constantly overlapping. A year later, in 2009, we have Grand Theft Auto, Chinatown Wars, also set in Liberty City right after the events of Nico Bellic. Then, in 2013, we return to Los Santos for the main events of Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA Online originally began around the same time, although later updates gradually moved its story forward into the present day. And finally, set in the Vice City around the early 2020s, we have GTA 6.